This is a video explaining how you can connect up a NOT gate, which turns on when a floating lead is disconnected and off when it is reconnected to the circuit. This is an entry-level project to introduce you to digital circuits. You will need a collection of components including a breadboard, a 10 kilo ohm resistor, a 330 ohm resistor, a 2N2222 transistor, an LED, about 8 connecting leads, and a power supply. For a power supply, you can use either a standard USB power supply buck and boost converter, as you can see here, or simply use a battery pack with 2 AA batteries, as you can see here. You can find more details of the components at link 1 below the video. Make sure you connect all the components exactly as in the schematic diagram. You should also remember that the transistor has 3 different legs: a collector, a base, and an emitter. Because of this, it is very important it is facing the same way as in the diagram and that each leg is also in the correct position. If you are using the standard USB power supply buck and boost converter, simply connect the positive and negative leads in the same place as you would the leads from a battery pack. Remember also to set it to 6 volts. When working with digital circuits, it helps if you can visualize how the current passes through the components and the breadboard, as you can see here. You can find all these schematic diagrams at link 2 below the video. Now I will explain a little about breadboards. If you're already familiar with breadboards, you may wish to skip this part. You should remember that these sides flow horizontally and that these sides in the center flow vertically. You should also remember that there is actually no connection across the center of the breadboard. So if you want this side to connect to this side, you're actually going to have to connect them using either a lead or a component. It is also worth remembering that the breadboard has polarity, so it has positive sections as well as negative sections on both the top and the bottom. So when you check the schematic diagram, please be careful to ensure that you do not connect wires into the positive section, which are meant to go into the negative section, or vice versa. One more thing to remember, only if you're using the USB buck and boost converter: be extremely careful to connect correctly before connecting the power. If this is done incorrectly, you could destroy your buck and boost converter. Also make sure the leads are secured using a screwdriver so they don't slip out. If you have done everything correctly, the LED should flash on when the floating lead is in and off when it is pulled out. If it does not work as intended, ensure the positive long leg of the LED is plugged in on the correct side and the transistor is facing the right way. Also check all the connections carefully and compare them closely to the diagram. You may also want to switch components, especially if they are old. The power source can often be the culprit.